Hi, I'm Steph, and I am currently on the lake in my Oru Kayak Inlet. But today I want to talk about how to get in and out of an Oru Kayak, and specifically an open cockpit Oru Kayak. So I have the inlet version, my mom has the lake version, there's also the beach version, and all of those have open cockpits. And my mom is actually here with me today, so I'm 36, and so you can see how a 36-year-old gets in and out. And my mom is in her 60s, so she will show you how an older adult gets in and out of an Oru kayak. So this particular lake has 3 options for launching from. I always launch from the dock, and then sandy location if I have to, and then concrete would be my 3rd option. But they are all doable in the Oru kayak. All right, so I'm gonna get in my inlet from the dock. So the first thing, I'm just gonna put it in the water. And the nice thing about an Oru kayak is they are light. And so this is pretty easy to do by myself. I'm just gonna pick it up from the side, and then I'm gonna put the side in first, and then I'm gonna fold it down just like this. And then I'm going to sit my butt down right here. And then I'm just going to swing my butt onto the seat, using my feet, not really putting weight on my feet, just using them to kind of swing myself. So I'm going to pull myself up here, and then I'm just going to keep a hand on the dock, and I'm going to go right into the kayak, and then I'm ready to go. So she is just going to sit her butt down on the dock and put her legs into the kayak. And then she's just going to swing her butt into the seat. And she did it. And then she'll start to load her kayak back up with her gear, and she'll be off. So then I'll start to unload my boat before I get out so that it's easier. So I'm just going to take everything out that I can. All right, so now what I'm going to try to do is hug the dock. I'm going to get my body really close to the dock, and I'm going to try to use my legs to push me out. But I'm basically just going to get as close as I can, and I'm just going to get my whole body onto the dock, and then pull my legs up and sit my butt down. And there you go, I am out of the boat. It can be a little difficult if the dock is a little bit higher, but I still use that same principle. I try to get all my weight on the dock, and not left in the kayak where I could tip over. And then I just pull my kayak right out of the water. So she's going to start by unloading her boat to get all of the stuff out of it. Okay, so hug the dog. So she's going to try to use her legs to leverage just like I did, but she's going to put her whole front of her body on the dock, going to hug the dock to get all her weight on the dock, hug the dock, hug the dock. And then she's going to use her legs to propel her out. And she did it. So this can be a little bit of a challenge to kind of figure out. You don't really want to get your feet wet. I totally understand that, but you're going to have to. So I'm going to put the kayak here in the water, and if it's too close to the sand, you're not going to be able to push yourself off. So I'm going to put it a little bit more in the water here, and then I'm just going to put one foot in. I'm going to sit my butt down, and then I'm going to make sure that I am not connected to the ground, and then I'm just going to paddle away. So what she's doing is she's putting the kayak parallel here to the water, and then she's going to just get herself in, and then she's going to push off. You want to be really careful when you're using this kind of paddle. This is a carbon paddle. And so she's kind of gotten herself stuck a little bit here. I'm going to give her a little push. And this is, again, why it's a good idea to, this is a good idea of why just get your freaking feet in the water. Just do it. Because you don't want to be stuck. So carbon paddles, you have to be a little bit careful with than the traditional materials. They're nice and light, but they're a little bit more fragile. So you don't want to really be sticking it into the ground as much as she was. This is a perfect location right here for her to get out of the kayak. And then she'll just get out. And again, we are no experts. We're just kind of sharing how we have learned to get in and out of our Oru kayaks. You can see it got really dirty. It'll be pretty easy to clean that up, but that's why I don't like to get in and out of sandy locations, but if you have to. So I'm pushing myself up a little bit because I can see that there are no rocks here, but this is where I feel like will be the most comfortable area to get out. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to put a foot out, have the weight on this area, and then take a foot out, and then I take my kayak with me and go home. All right, hopefully that was helpful on how to get in and out of an Oru kayak with an open cockpit. All right, if you have any suggestions, let us know in the comments below, and thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Lastly, I did want to mention I carry a bail sponge with me right here, which is just a sponge that you use to get the water out. So if I do have to have a wet entry into my kayak, I'll use this to clean it up. Obviously, I can clean this up after I come back, but I like to have a nice, clean, dry kayak, so that is a good use for the bail sponge.